Memo kwa badeba Ancestors TV so your friend Kofi Ochame me anam di dwumade we ho chiame na ene yase age nkonwa da bia ye kwa probo ye konhwehwemu ye kope eye nokre ye kohwehwe nokra ewa abodie mu ene ehun nsensem nyina yedin ha sɛ ye be ya bra bo be kototi ne ye be hu ba bi tutu anamon papa bi edi esie nipa anamini ni di nkomo ne friend Nana Kyedomhene onye hoho ewo platform we so we ka ho am se ne prince sanso ni a ye di nkomo na oka asem to ho a na ato ebobo di na nkrofo ani abre nsanse ye ka abakosem a Nana Kyedomhene we dare mu pa odi aye na dwuma da ne da nyina na se wo hwe na abakosem a woka no so a enye buku abroni atintim ana aye bukolongfo ye tintim omo ade enim de omo penti omo atwotwo nsem bi wo mu de ato ho no da bi ono no abakosem no efrifie tete ati ase sa oral tradition no we na ka kire we na we ka kire we nte authentic wo nyina so wo ho adanse die ni nyina odi enkomo Nana akwaba
ya enu abra Kofi
me ye share ya che
enokre ye share ya che
yeda obo ade na se
ene abosom ne so ho edene omo boy Kyedomhene come
ene na Kyedomhene it say wo no wo shrine de say
me de say abosom ne wo fie ni dɔɔso wo ba fie a esuwo kwa bana ketebo ewo ho su ata wo ho adade ewo ho
adade nde onye nsu
dabi adade nye nsu ye wo kome abena nsu ye nsu ye wo esuwo kai me na dom me na ye wo enkroma kwatia nti tumi ne wo fie nde dɔɔso ne bia ne so wo de timi de ye ane don say if you
fia uhu de wo kɔ no na ase ekosre
sa pepepe na so se bi okokobo eda ho man se nye se bibi wo fie ni nti na wona mu tietia nkrofo na so
debi tumi chirisa
sa ti se bi wo nam no ya honhom na yafa enipa taade ahye enti se wudi buo ma honhom bia enu
ya na nkrofo wo se ye nipa na honhom tie mu debi ye honhom na akata so we
yes
nti that is the difference.
Yeah, that's the difference. Yes.
Yo and asem titram pese ye hwe ye brofo bi aba na nsen de dankrofo anu a omo ka Annunaki si Annunaki ebisi sei ebisi aye sei ebisi sei nete na chese ne tintini ne tietie mu no abode afoforo bi omo free baby foforo a yen ya yete earth asase so yenim ho na omo ba yen sra ebehwe ya asase so na enioma bi omo be kire ye eni sede esi agbeka ya brabo ho ma abakosem ne ade enam omo enkire so adane dane enioma bi eni ade abesia na akoye asemfoforo bi in this information age na ase aba betodwa enti no wo keka nkrofo zo obonsam nwuma ni bia no ekasem ne be kwa wie ya obetum futuro gu nkrofo ani ade nti migusu a mewehwem na no me ne abrante bi kasa no ndi opa kire say ye abofo a nyankopon ukan eye Christopher chiro ye no Bible no wehwemu a abofo bi ni Satan rebel against nyankopon na yapamu omu free heaven I see ohwe abofo awosro na echemu miensa echemu nan emu miensa ne di na chi ene ne bai na che say omo empty heaven
na je so omo yes omo kwa oku a omo
majority ne free ho enya asem keto ene omo na abetena asase so na omo so ati omo amai a che say honhom no omo di omo dwuma ono no ne nkiremu no sa na tie na wo je ne say
fa baby and no cre fa baby nya no cre Bible fi Annunaki story no yen hwe no from this angle once nipa bebre no e ka say Annunaki sin na bo nipa na e fa
which is the GG's
yes.
the creation aba ahonhom na nkasa ye
but no cre ni say
Omeyenkwa.
Yeah.
The document I make a chese a bro mo ebo nsuo akwan e be fa so ne saade ni nyina wo ho.
Yes. The Anunnakis no the creation of Nipa ankasa no. One will say planets are born every second, every minute a planet is born. Yes. And it is a planet fufro eba your council are a seedy life on the planet based on the dynamics and the characteristics of the planet. No, your council are from the Urafim. Now, sa Urafim council no, omo in charge of seeding life on that planet. And they are every planet, a universal order. Universe no idea a function on law and order. Idea oba ade na hyehya to ho enti ohia nipa bi na wakwa ku chinchi meda ho e aye de the law of karma uko against ya e be kwatia o se de ete na ha
akwa ya hyehya wo de ato ho se so bema e de ne ho nsuo gu oba mu a e be da ne ba e woni bere mu a e da ne ba enti ne se
umpese be ye dia
oturutre ni bi amro ba bi kura akofo ba abro ba ne mpene so oto ne mu na no de ne ho nsuo gu no ho a ebeda ne ba
whether opu won pill ade ya
ya nyankopon aya to until one hwe say we there
we wan said that
wo to ne mu na ntimi ba
sanity in the bra ye planet e form ye out of the collision of Nibiru na yebenya Tiamat, which is the new earth no na say you see the life on it. And the council no decide.
And so now to us, would you say this earth formed itself by the natural processes of the universe?
Say all the universes no are formed by itself through the natural processes.
Into what a Big Bang theory need.
Na sun no and nature no. Ama na guru to the level as a sustaining life.
Nti na yete egusu bobi.
Exactly. Adebody say etu ntwa. A continual process. We share the egufo no creation mythology ne kra na. Yewo baby a adebo egusu koso a egusu bo nipa o say dem ni wo kase. Yes, that is the ewe mythology, creation mythology. What I say and no na it make sense and only the right thing. Sabio
to abrofo no de no ho a eno no make sense chen abrofo
o brako fi na abrofo de ye o say ye ka asem a emu do a aya ye mfa abrofo sem ne
omo ba
omo de nimde na afi no omo so nimde na hwe
asema okay asema anyway na wo kan asem na metwen wo ba nti wo de ye nto
enti during the seeding of life on earth no the council ni decide say yenye nipa in a form of Elohim. The Elohim template no say nipa no utimi regenerate. Say the yamore no itu itimi fifi ye 3 minutes itimi fifi ye sintu a hen. Ne sa na ye create nipa. Enti nipa with that ability no to regenerate. Now we no sa decision no na anye member of the council are from the Anuhazi. Anyo mo dese debi we mu amantem na wo be yo mu tumi kwan so sa in the Bible no edi sa asem we hu komo kakra se part of the above one no rebel say nipa the way I create nipa no omo is superior. The Bible talks about this, but this conversation no
they are contributing to the rebellion of the angels.
Exactly. Enti the Anuhazis need decide say yemmo nipa just anyhow because one just we nipa ye okra ene honhom ena wabefa nipadua edra ne ho na ye seedi omo on the earth no just say enti omo decide say there be me nye nipa shepesa ye nipa just anyhow no council na enti omo asem do omo decide say muntie ye asem ne dia na mu di nipa kwa ene ebe kwoni akwa akudi nipa so ebe kwoni akwa akọ control nipa na di nipa so
mo kwan
mo evolve enye de omo pe good enti council ne ko ahead eye nipa said the omo decide
council ne the same
the Oraphim.
The Oraphim.
Oraphim no ebe CD humans on earth and I say Tiamat and I say Kaya na Gaia, however you want to call it. And se sanhwe. Nkrofo no de osie ye woyo. Ebaye. Na minim se watia the big bang the big bang on say we say bibi betehwe yate asefo asase so a destroy life.
The asteroid was whatever it was.
Sakrama no kure na wasem nim nyina ne say topaye kudi ewu ena sa nkrofo no beto no yate asefo asase so.
O chira abrof
bomb. A nuclear bomb. And on beto ye. And it destroy life on earth. And then they cool the dinosaurs nini sa muani bi ko nsuo mu ni e bi ko hihya abotan mu ni for their evolution. Enti asase ne so be ye saka na chese bibia ntimi nyini biem asase so over 200 years na bibia nkoso asase so after eniema settle ye no the Oraphim no decide say omo ba no ma ba be hwe de akoso no.
Yes, how to pay. Why am na toy?
The Anuhazis no.
Anuhazis.
Yes. Now almost say the Anuhazis.
All of this is happening before the Bible creation.
Before the Bible creation.
Okay.
Before the Bible. Where there millions of years before Bible, before the Annunaki stories.
Okay.
Annunaki is great massive. The Anuhazis no were part of the Oraphim Council. And almost there be the decisions that mo boni pass yen amomone ya be ye pede there ade na mo ye nsamfunsa. You know when
the Anuhazis no mo ka Elohim no.
They omo ka the Oraphim Council now omo create omo see the light gods. You can call them gods, you can call them deities, but they are energies.
Energies. Okay.
Energy is all there is, and energy is all there will ever be. Enti omo ba ye no na che say asefem the way are not distraction na ye no say we restore nipa back to ne Elohim status no a enye ye. Because of said the nipa tetia pansam near you know. Eti wa hwa de bia earth there were a lot of dismembered souls, any disembodied spirit. Earth wa honhom bebre any souls bebra omo nam atiasefo asase so a wo mu ni nipadua a omo de ye adwuma. Anything na se we loose. Na wo vibration no eba form kakra bia na ahonhom no bebre no aha no ma bawura because enchini ede omu nyina ha no omuwo ena atore
to afufu den na nke afufu
ene wa kan katiko
enough me kwando na mtio
edi na teze sese ye hwe na ye pekwan bi di nipa fa so nti ye hihye nipa na council no ehye mrase okay de mo be di bone wa asase so ye ma mo kwan mo nko mo mfiri atepo asase so because ye Bible restore humanity back to the standard no was starting the evolution process no. Bi ekọ bi anko ena ye de ebe ye sealy firmament ni bibia na ya tupuno nim. Na we na ya tupuno nim no.
So the earth is protected.
The earth is protected. Earth has a firmament.
Shell. It has a shell around.
Yes. Earth no. Yeah, water based planet.
70%.
Yes. Say ufri astra projected. Now free earth. Now back to earth. Ensuo na hu. Nti ubowura earth mu a. Ansa no be hu kanea obi aye kanea everything is light. Inua na kanea mu everything is light. Ye nyina light ye kanea ta se he. Now, yabema earth, yabe restore earth to ne and a path to evolution. Na de ekofa Annunaki fo ne womun sense mina bi kuma mun so ne de ko mo ti omba bi o a omo bo omo bra se de yenka yen wi asefo ye so yeti ha ye obo mo so mo ti omo planet so a omo planet ye friend no Nibiru the planet X, which is the 10th planet. Now the kokoba yani say entokwa kesiye BBC on the planet Nibiru. As entokwa no planet ni mu ebeche mienu as enye say the tectonic plate no a planet ni si so ebo no na mu che ye say de ye wiase omo to pa ye na ema de Pangea yasase ni mu cheche saa na planet ni bi ya be nyinya continent basa na mu acheche island ba we ni do mo de emu ache enipa na emu ache mienu etifini anafo no ntokwa omo de agina mu ntokwa yi seyade omo seyade enti ekoba se omo take decision se there bi yenum asumdue buam se de ya yete ye ka na se peace pipe enti omo no asumdue buam no omo no asumdue buam no omo decide se ye ka bom dia ene ehu nkohia se de tete no nanke ye no na oman bia won the president ka Ghana won the president, Togo won president, US won the president, bia won president enke wiase nyina ye ka bom na ye leader baako na wahwe wiase nyina so amode asem no betu dwa no mpani se asem nyansa wom na ye be ye dia ene se ye yi leader ohene ni free ha onware free the other side na omo a omo ba be ma no aba be ye wo mu di adini so omo free ho na omo ba be ma na che se tumi na ba be ye from both sides na
mo jam yenu ni be dia
ampa
yes e dia fra na fe ohene ni be di omanim no ono na enya saa moja
exactly enti san komo we e bia abrakofi obi beka se Nana Kyedomhene sabi obosire mu kansem ben na for say there me de me ba me tusie emire no ma estie no se esie we so na me tu me enti someone komu ya media so wo bi a wo UK a wo call the British Museum wo ba kunya the Sumerian tablet no in the British Museum na wa kwa akohwe wo call the Pen Museum in Philadelphia they have some there and the Louvre Museum in Paris and so it will be
omuni masama woken ho adansidie I know about the Sumerian tablets
yes na sebia obi nso beka se Sumerian tablet no tete dodo eno na ya na yenuanom religious for no omo di gina so ti omo no ade ni omo Bible ni mu a
na chese
ni ho na chese ana se sem no 20 wadama we no mami kai baby kakra from the Book of Enoch
a book no Nicaea Council na ama ho kwan
ami ama Bible
canonized Bible
nim chapter 6 no enkonkosi 8 me wi amekan 7 so na ye hwa ade bi we say chapter 6:1 na ekono we say and it came to pass when the sons of men had increased that in those days there were born of them fair and beautiful daughters. And the angels, the sons of heaven, saw them and desired them. And they said to one another, come, let us choose for ourselves wives from the children of men, and let us beget for ourselves children. And Semyaza no, ona neye omu leader. The leader said to them, I fear when asemia the Book of Enoch eken the igigis yedbeko almost the 200 igigis no after Annunakis no eba yate asefo asase so omo de omo originally buy esen ko omo na eba bi to good na omo too good na no omo rebel ese David adwuma we enye ya soldier for na say ye adwuma
exactly but they volunteered to do that so what kind this is the Epic of Gilgamesh.
So the Epic of Gilgamesh is the continuation of the Anunnaki. What's the Gilgamesh? No, offspring of the Anunnakis. After the Anunnakis, na baha no muni abe ware awono. Mani bino ne beba be yes will become those people. And beget for ourselves children. And Samyaza, who was their leader, said to them, I fear that you may not wish this deed to be done, and that I alone will pay for this great sin. And they all answered him and said, let us all swear an oath and bind one another with curses, so not to alter this plan, but to carry out this plan effectively. Then they all swore together and all bound one another with curses. And they were in all 200. I'll say from the Book of Enoch no. And so I confirm the 200 now, the Sumerian tablet, and so I can say the Igigis no. And the Igigis no, they were stationed on the planet Mars. Planet Mars, Nana Annunaki is no friend of Lamu. Lamu. And the Book of Enoch, I confirm the presence of these entities.
The 200
yes.
Gigis.
Yes. In fact, Bible nensu di adanse say Enoch obi a nkrofo bi di ni tuku wiem. The Book of Enoch ne describe craft ya omo de ne tenem na che say enye so omo de ne tare anoma ho a spaceship and omo de ne fa na e de ne ko he na mami kind from 7 no 7 e ko no. And those are the names of their leaders. 200 no say omo ya asrafo. And they had leaders. So say asradom the unit ne bia woni ndo henti no. Enoch bobo asradom no. Omo leaders no omo din o. Now they tie din no me ba be build a point here. Womo encro for leader nankasa ye Samuelza. Ena ubiye Urakiba, Ramiel, Kabiel, Tamiel, Ramiel, Daniel, Ezekiel, Baruchiel, Asael, Amoros, Anamel, Zakiel, Samsiel, Satael, Tuel, Yamiel, Araziel.
And then I'm a Daniel, I am a do. Not just a jack. Nipa is powerful, and Nipa nim na Nipa namo.
Exactly.
Because El now so soon.
El no na me babe ma the etymology of the word El.
And friend Martin you maybe ask. Ya chira me Jeremy, wo dey yanko.
80 what say? Asa na obeti bibia e wo wi ase no. Etymology is the key. Kase bia wona asase baby e sha ase free.
The root cause.
The root.
Asem na ye can. E din na wo born.
Exactly.
Good.
In the next 100 years, sa wo be pie Ghana ha. Na ye ka dum so. Na se bia wo free say oba no wo fie ho switch na wo dum so na ye dum so a. Wayira. Na ye kan ye dum na de dum so ne bae. Enti se wa hwe that context na and common wouldn't mean ni ye. Enti the word El no a Semitic word. Not just a word that maybe say the Hebrew and the Aramaic and a Kasa ha. And the answer the share from the Sumerian and the Canaanites na El no ejina homa a deity. And I say a god with a small g, not just a bosom. And I say bosom krani ni there in the religion are classified be bosom but anyways enti El na to El na to so ne kire say omo ya bosom at what you say it is Samuel enti Sami bosom Sami we mu ya nyame and omo bae ye hwe Enoch 7:16 na and mamen kan no so kakra na yenko ye ni mo. And all the other together with them took unto themselves wives, and each chose for them himself one, and they began to go unto them, not just omoni omo die, and defile themselves with them.
Defile themselves with them.
Say aye.
Omo hu say omo ni omo di ahia no kra nya no kwanso.
Aye. So one kasa no omo hu say wrong. But enti na omo leader no a ode adwene bae no ka kire wo mo say
yemo ya hu dua
anya sa wo be ka say wo anya na just wo akochuku no iti yemo ya hu dua good enti what was one and they began to go in unto them and defile themselves with them, and they taught them charms. They taught them charms and enchantment and the cutting of roots, and made them acquainted with plants. And they became pregnant, and they bore great giants. I say, they bore great giants. What people don't ask themselves, why was a what do I say? Why the biblical Goliath? What's that in the Bible? Now, the Bible talks about a group of people. Annunakis, no Bible, they come once, and the Bible calls them Anakim. What do I say? The Bible calls them Anakim and Raphaim. That is the name the Bible calls them. And he said, unye sebu ewiasini said ye yafe wiase aboye buya. That's a also we Christiania. There it is in your Bible. Now yen hwa de be from Genesis 6:1-4. And Genesis 6 no, and so it describes a time when the sons of God took human women as wives, resulting in the birth of the Nephilims. And also Genesis and so di home command. And this book Genesis
and the Book of Enoch,
and the Book of Enoch
are in sync about this particular
including the Sumerian tablet. Share the Book of Numbers 13:33 and so or say, and there we saw the Nephilim, the sons of Anak, which is the Annunaki now, yes, Anak, who came from the Nephilim, and we seem to be ourselves like grasshoppers. So say ochiremua na enipa gina wo mo nchen asa bebe na wuji.
Almost so
wa. Na o share the Sumerian reliefs no a. O say na
minto no David ni Goliath story no na nya asem keto na chese keto ni bi na ekunkum akese no.
Esther Koba ne say in their lifetime whilst they were here no. Na wo mu didi dodo. Enti Koba say emre bi bedu ya na sebio mwani mu ayenye oso eto ho akakaduru. Enti Koba ye no na afi de wo mu no wo mu wi emwa no wo mu wi nipa ka ho.
We are rough.
Exactly.
What do I is
what tam nipa te said the way you keep back would the aso.
I say well me engrove way.
That's it. Eti Ekoba say nipa yen kitinkiti we rebel against them. Yani omo den talk and they defeat them. That's where the Goliath and David story also came from. Na yansha Annunakis noa. Yanko back to Omukrum ho the Nibiru no.
Na just wo chira na sa David and Goliath story no. Enye tra sa o. E won nchira se.
E won nchira se yes. Say Bible no. Se kan nufanuf. Esoteric and esoteric. What the physical side and the spiritual side. Say who for the physical side, which is supposed to be the historical Sasa would dig it deeper. What I say, because said the omuka no, and something in me Bible nim. What I said, and gayati ha ye di hun komo ni yesi ye training in egumwa. Ka Bible na just say editions bed or what I say, it no mu fa assembly bia kakra no mo sine po o ma ye ne kasa kwa.
Even critically say or share the books of the Bible now 66
yeah.
Every book has its own import. When it's for Genesis, it talks about creation.
Yes.
Exodus will talk about another Leviticus and also genealogy and wow into every one of the books has an import.
Yes. Even the Exodus story no. One would say, Sa enkrofo na wo mo ye Exodus no. Bible fi omo ye enkrofo Annunakis no offspring so. Mame kire mu ye na enkrofo. One say, sa de tia na da bia ye mu bia ka kire ye nuanuma Christopher say, the biblical gods no are the Annunakis. They are no omunye enyo omu na omu bo bibia o. They only saw an opportunity say initially ko omo buy no enye humans no mo try so omo modify you. They picked 50 animals and omo de year omo created the chimera. Say nipa no a omo half a nipa half humans no.
Half a nipa, half reptiles.
No, half ebi wa o jata
ne half nipa, half animal.
Half nipa, half animals.
Chimera. What kind humans?
Okay, half a nipa, half aboa. I know I'm creating chimera no from, but anya juma. It didn't work because so need the intelligence na the Homo erectus no. One which I say hen into and I know woman so enim say there is an evolution process on earth. Obi to say and Leo didn't want to disturb the evolution process no on earth no. Okay, what
Exodus 1 what jump a lot of this. We are still at Nibiru,
yes.
Good. The planet
Nibiru.
Say woman in Nipa better that we giants.
Good. But before they will come to planet Earth no. Na me kan tokwana asem. After tokwani see no mu decide who will become ohene. Na say no ohene ye for ohene a said nka yen akamfo. Ye see ohene a ohene ni enya no ohema. Who call the Igbo polite no a ye wo igwe na yewo lawn oko Yoruba for no a omo ka bi esi na omo honore na ne yetu omo no wo anu an na antu nti enka ohima no ye antu na ohene ne an
anu ana an
keke good na omo benya wohene omo yi wohene baako a from Asraf one ewo omo soro nim ena wono be ware
ejigis
no we kwa de na ejigis no de ejigis ne de womo nye royal blood omo di ade enye omo de omo no Asraf
omo akra na ye etu ho acha adwuma ekiro mo so omo adwe okay yenko ye ne
enti womo benya wohene bi a wototo ne ma chese ema ede esa ba Nibiru. Na in the 9th dynasty no mubenya wohene baako bi a ne penso no niema beje ensemu. Ne penso na planet ne start say develop enka ye he wo ka say enka ye ozone layer ati. Ozone layer ati minim ayifo a oya ade yifo ekopem pam yo. So omo say apam. Ena wo mu kire mu a wo mu ho no volcano no ena ebeje ena ekuli omo ema omo atmosphere no stable sisi omo atmosphere no aye chese omo je omo ho hwe enye yie enti chese eku omo enti na ama oman no ase bibia nkoso biem aduane kura farm chese enti ekokofa entokwa foforo de baaye na entokwa foforo de baaye no ono ohene no wote so no wantimi ne yire anwo bema a wo free ho a akwara bedi ade ene okotwa fa akiri okowuye no ode akwada ne bedi ade mpanifo se da bi nkunkyire ba ne yire ne nso obi beja akwada wa hemfie kunanu na ne yire ne kofa akwada ne de beye ne ba enti ne yire no for so sa akwada na okofa ne ba ne se yemfa akwada ne mumuni ade eno ana princess na ewa hemfie ho no baako a ye friend Alalu efre ni nuanom prince na ewo ahemfie ho ni nyina ka asem gu wo masum se so ye ba betena ho ama konwa no ato a ye kwa kofa obi from abonte aba ebre kwa ye nso ye di akonwa no ebeyi o ti ase eno na ma wo mu nyina no ede osebo di Alalu achi se ne sa na tie de o mu kwa Alalu edi nachi ekokopie mu hanfo na before Alalu wohene na wotie akonwa ne so that is the sifa ni e friend Ensha ma men kan bibi kakra from Alalu ebra Alalu eboaboa princess na no oni omukokopie mu hanfie ho no. This is from the Sumerian tablet ma men ko ti kakra from it into a say let Lama na chese de ote akonya ne so dada no lama no a ono na empena ba no a ye de na ba besi akonya so no enti let lama be the king no more. He shouted, let decision supplant hesitation. Come, let us unearth the king in his dwelling. Let him the throne abandon. The prince of his words gave heed. The gate of the palace they rushed. To the throne room, its entrance restricted. Like on rushing water they went. To the tower of the palace, the king escaped. Alalu was him pursuing. In the tower there was a struggle. Lama fell down to his death. Lama is no more, Alalu shouted. Enti Alalu akwa tata wo hene no ama wo hene no free tower ne so abebo fom awu. Enti Alalu tia mu se wo hene na wu no na chese Alalu e na sese ye de no edi hene. Ehọ na adehye ne baako sɔre ye a wono ye frɛ no Anu would become the father figure of the entire Annunaki story. In the Brakofi, and then Annunaki asem ya waye niame nipa eti asem na you see you good. Alalu ebetna konya ne so. Na Anu si there bi sa na tie de amoma me ne Alalu enwantai mu na de obedi nkunim no na wonfa konya ne mpani si there bi. Alalu ena wa wani tuase ti a wona na
say entokwa kwan so
entokwa kwan
omo de fe so
yes.
Black Panther de ni bi
na wa bi di nkunim no wani tuase sesi a Alalu ena ata lama amalama ifri abrosan so abehwe form enti mani ni akonya no de wapoto nchiri so odi bom eti yedie to bie na yedi akonya ne ma Alalu Anu de still
onte ne ho ase
onte so ne onte ne ho ase Alalu betena akonya ne so no wontimi ntwatew na akwa te se ene politicians yi NPP ni NDC ye ntwatew ya eti eno embodin rago se we de
hwem kawanse
eti Anu ensem no awo ka no afi de empani beti asem no ma ye gitum se sa na tie ne se Alalu kra akonwa hu kotoku mfa kra anhyem tie be ya mumfa entokwa no enhihye so na ye hwehwe de obedi nkunim no o mefa akonwa no na ye hwehwe de ade papa no so betimi de ayabo o man Ghana ni bi
be ya bo ni biru
ni biru edi entokwa no ehihye mu no ena Anu ema Alalu so a twatu de ne hwe ho na chese Alalu hwe a entokwa na nu eden Anu adi ni so nkunim na okai de to lama se me ne kun ye no mi kun no tite me ye loose na me ne Anu ya hwe a obekume tiza na tie a wotena ni spacecraft mu ena pua odwane se he who fight and run
we will live to fight another day
ntino okwaku mimi na ekuru na ne ho tono awaba for revenge wako no ena wo blast it through the hammered bracelet no the asteroid in belt no or blast it through it eti wo tu nani hwe nanim ten a ade fufuo bi na ase snow na tonsuo chaka na chese nani abo planet earth so ena dese ode ni spacecraft no ebe lande ewo baby eni nke efre ho Iraq Mesopotamia empotem ho ode besi enti wodi besi ho no ena wo check the atmosphere no ansa na obesi no wo share ni meet on say Sumeria the Anunnakis ne won say wo as wo share fish jacket and namata ade bi na share that's Alalu no Until the jacket, no, now it's a space, who space, you have to wear a space jacket here for radiation inside, and to see and or check it, and from a level, no air, oxygen level, or earth, or check in soon, be no say, Kai, Eddie. I heard it. It was then a spacecraft, no, 290, and gold gra.
That's how I was asking.
Gold waha. Copper so waha.
Na beautiful no more gold the other day.
Omo atmosphere no na aje ne ho no.
Gold ne bit must solve that problem.
No. Enti wonya hu ye na otena na yim se kai. Ene me the news we kwa. Omo de makonwa no. Ebema na so mbema me kwa kra se me ni akwa ni se nwan time mu bi for rematch. Eti wade asem de ne koy
anu betimi asan de ase ani
okay eti wade asem de wa ne kokko pie mu no na anu se de bi bebe bi transa mame nsuma me second born no eye enki na ono so enko no so nko nti no enki ene scientist be 50 ena ebe pie mu
omo ni mabode mu nyansa pem
exactly na won sa nkomo we no se wu di nkomo we na obi a wo nsua ade ana se huhum nsem won hye de nim bebre no aya na twetwe na so black of na ne 3 days the United States Congress hearing about UAP no name modern name my dear UFO na hearing no chese Congresswoman Nancy Mace or making an early submission no was say emprofuo bi ariata so say sa nkomo yi a ye di e kire say yate asefo asasi so nye nko na e wa ha enkrofo bi wa ha o mo control niema no nkrofo bi mpese sa nkomo we the United States Congress be di sa nkomo no
amana beto dwama
ni party as
but enye nko na yete ye ne nkrofo bi wa ha
nkrofo bebre na
do mo ho adi no ma sen ayera
wati ase wo mo na e kire de obeye president oh yes say when we say a Christopher Bible no eka so we read the Bible no 1589 edition of the Geneva Bible no the 1599 edition of the Geneva Bible no na akwai the British King James fighting against no so then wo beti e to wo beti because in that edition no and na ya che that trend gase say enye ye ne honam ni moja na enya na emum ye ne aban panimfo ene himfo ene omu ekura tumi na enya o enti enka that test no is telling us say ye himfo ne politicians no o maton yama these entities oh, they
are greater entities that our eyes cannot see.
Eyes cannot.
In a trim plane.
Yes.
Because I know that King James had issues with the Geneva Bible.
Yes.
And ahinye mun semni they said you see treaty him for and you maybe not that actually necessitated the order now on mine for a retranslation and then an edition
yes.
A version of it.
Yes. Enti ebra enki any the 50 entourage ni be PM on earth no 7 days and omo build eridu a city enti wo kan ya Christopher Bible now ka say ye boade and on the 7th day they rested. They created a city within 7 days and after the 7 days on the 7th day they rested. Now
enti omo na beba be Ombedu na baby aye saka.
Exactly.
Omo separate water and land.
They built canals. They built canals on earth. Kire baby nsu mfani baby. Na obi bebusa se gold ne hinom tu no. O pe baby omutu go na enkwachiri. Just go to South Africa. That is where the oldest mines in the world is. In fact, Sankomo we the Sanusi credo mutua.
Hey, massa. Nya batra. Sanusi ye de credo mutua no so no why.
Credo mutua or ye Sanusi.
Okay.
Oye, see a case will be a sanusia. Oye elder, just oye spiritual elder. Credo no ena in the southern part of Africa no. Who pe ancient knowledge. We na obi any. In fact, abrofo no be fa ne kwa America. Wo a lot of Joe Rogan podcast mu nyina be fa ne kwa because ena credo mucha enkasa keke said me or can with evidence and a credo crown no was some of the artifacts now
they prove said the Annunakis were there.
But in Africa no these entities are from the Chitauri
in the South African language.
Yes, the Chitauri. The Chitauris. Inti credo edi omo hu komo bebre. So there, that is where they took the workers to mine the gold.
Now omu to gold na ko omu planet to solve a problem.
Yes.
Heat.
To
say na we say the sea boy.
Yes.
Na ye fe de ye see ye ntimi bi oni ye pɛ hu bibi aye. Na yakɔ planet for ni yakɔ hu say oh. Sa ade bi wɔ ha ye de ba ewia no.
Said
the kana na
ama
a returning
exactly.
Ɔhyew ma.
Okay. In the ombefa gold no a create monatomic gold. No they are repelling or more atmosphere no. Now I say nkomo wudi ni say ya obi a won nimu asem ni ye na eya na twetwe na so but hwade we o ene Elon Musk lead a team onto Mars. What is the difference between what the Anunnakis did on Earth and what we are looking to do on Mars?
Into say you to me che omo ni enko koduru ho ye fe ye konka omo a omo behu ye say ye nyame.
Exactly. Ebi kwa omo spaceship da ene ye di bi na aba na aba besisi
ene ye sinsen wi ti omo hu ye omedane akwhye de
asem wasi what you say even a na kra ye part of ye wi asi kra ye say ye ni abi they are part of this world that what the car kra akọ nipa hu car da
oh then you say bojo he ya kra
we nam do achi ni
try mo boni ade nyina say car twam 1 week na bi
what you say enti wo mo build wo mo a city Erido the first city and yetun krade.
But let me clarify this.
Okay.
It's who can you say not just the Genesis story. The Anunnakis who have arrived on Earth and built a city within 7 days.
Yes.
That's what mine any power ha. Na no be.
Any power ha. But na any pan say.
In evolution, I didn't got into this.
Yes.
Until they created advanced species. And that is a Garden of Eden story.
They sped up the evolution process. Just for the purpose.
So they created a kind of beings. And now omo said the na omo hono omo beto yen.
Okay, yes.
That made them special, which is the Adam and Eve.
Omo beto omo no. Now omo ye sa enipa na engene ebe from say kra. Omo hu nwi bebre no. O de adre no aka na ho ato na akoya ni ma. Eh nwi na ni tete a. Homo erectus but ya hu onwi sham. It through our evolution process no. Inwi ni asobetete oti ase na yenkasa.
Nantikura with 4. We were on our force. Sa brofo so sa no start. Yes.
Say evolution.
It's Abrafo used to work on their force.
But so mu dua nyina.
So mu dua nyina nena. Ya change new man Abrafo.
Enti
omaja moaye.
To omo no wo ma dwene say omo hia workers after the igigis ni decide say adwuma na den dodo. Den do gold need to enough from galamsey ugusa boys na enough from kra edi igigis ni decide say galamsey no munye biem.
Another clarification into anu eba ya okọ na lama na analamu no se wan on alalu any bin cruise na abey
there be anu esuma ne second born enki.
Okay.
So on verify
and a bed discover Ebebo city would
Yes,
within the 7 days.
Within the 7 days.
Oh,
Good.
okay. Okay.
And
Na Gigi's no.
yeah.
Enki na cycle back to Nibiru. Ko for mobile yana.
They had technology. They had a way
They could communicate from
back
Earth.
home. Earth back home. They had satellite on Mars.
Yes, you can say you see before from BNS.
Na say no, she bra kofi. The word invention. She the etymology. The etymology of the word invention means discovery. What do I say? How do you discover it?
It's just covered.
Exactly.
You are just
discovering it.
Yeah.
What I say? You be invention. The oho dada no. What I say? Na uko.
Because Tesla, you know, Adani, Elon Musk,
exactly.
And now the whole is based on the Tesla concept.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. You be in fact, and even with technology, say who astral project. Now who communicate with other beings, you see, say you develop it. What I say? But then before the Anunnakis, they can't buy na yen kasa. Na yen na ye wahasi ne yenim kasa. Enti ne ye yusu telepathy any telekinesis. Enti minimum wa adwin mu dada. Recently, me astral project and I'm talking to beings. And they ask why humans enter telepathy. We don't communicate in a telepathic form. And they answer themselves because they know we have a lot to hide from each other. That is why we don't use telepathy now.
Nobody's bothering to know your brains anymore. But
exactly.
And because the city you see boy, you know, your home kind say.
That's
how to me the home free will be home.
Exactly.
What's now started dreaming will be one.
Yeah. I do that. Yes, I do that a lot.
That's telepathy.
Yes.
What do you connect?
Yes. What me that will be abumini.
Ote.
Yes.
Ote.
Yes.
Utimika when in
so we have those abilities.
And Sonny Bali, ready for the crazy. I want dance my oh no. Shia. Utimi DJ sa so at wa obeti say obi bonifie din was me. Me just so kura nka medin.
And so that one say so be fra na unima de kura. And so that black of yen na nka ekumi no. And ma minya me near death experience no. Enti me no mitimi kan wu ho asem said the nipa wu a etie no because e ka denka me cross over the blue and red light no.
Sir, I will say, you can't answer.
Yes.
Now, church, you have to give that testimony.
Yes.
Now, you.
Ain't the Anunnakis, no, their purpose was to mine their gold, go back to where they came from. And you know, the idea was omu yusu omu workers, which were the Igigis, no. The Igigis, no, juma de omu ye juma for years, so and you say. Omo ye juma for years. The Anunnakis Nankasa almost spend about 200,000 years on Earth.
And not to fix a problem of a complete planet.
Yes.
So
Enti womu wo share the Nazca lines womu koye wo Peru and in they built a lot of infrastructures. Baby womu friend David Temple. It was a station a radio station they built there. No they receive you information near everything is.
You just took the spirit out of the temple and replaced it with technology. Massa. Oh, and something new. Like Christopher,
the temple of Jupiter.
Yeah, it was
the Baalbek temple of Jupiter. For instance, that is what they built it for. It was just for technology, which I say here. So they built a lot of things. After one try and mwana anyi yen, and one book ura because that time no there. Inipa nimpiu. The nipa anyone inipa nkasa. Di omko chichi inipa ni bi bae. And omo no mo ye scientist. enti
who can nipa sa share no one distort history omukochichi the species that were present at that time
the Homo erectus no
okay
what the kan
yan kan sa ni hu ni misra pa let's respect ourselves here.
na quick one ene me koso wo earth no na etwa se anunankasa eba
na nankasa sifom
eba no de nani behwe de ekoso enti wo baaye na wo behwe de ekoso no nachi na alalu enso boaboa ne ho se anuba one ne second fight no ebeba so cause
minti min ko discover ade
ka wana
efe mo age atam ani aso papa kra so asan
ato wo eti wo baaye no eno one no second fight no mdi dwagun the second fight ne so ye say defeat alalu tie ko ba
alalu so ni ahoden
alalu ni wan obi a otimi bo lamu
na wadwane bra yase am second fight what say lose wa hoden way say my bonus suspect on okra ni satan ya they say any nyen what dey to aso
eti o decide yes ye decide say sanity a ye mouth na ni biwa emwa because I say
when meguas
na akunya no wani bre akunya ni tuba de wa betina akunya isu
or the progress
niema o ti ase engineer
aseduaba
said the quantity ho ne ye no ye twa wasu eti ye twa wasu no na ye monako the planet Mars so nti the planet Mars no na ye man a pilot a wone ne beko say ja wo ye wo hene nti ye ntimi ntwa wasu aye ma obi
na so mo anye ne ye
utina ho a wo de betimi ayiku
one be discover earth na gold
ene omuni na ni ni ye mu
omuni na ni
ya ko man me yo hene wo earth
luwa on dey mention no
omuni
na munim sa Mars wo ho
I don't mako
and I'm also solve the problems of Nibiru. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Bravo, video ya jupa. Video ya jupa. Omuni na ni ye. Omuni ni na ni ye. Enti omuma no pilot. Na pilot ni di Anzu. Ena Anzu decided say one ne kwa obetena ne nchen ya kopim se opani no ebi free ati asefo asase so na wako.
Na nyame no mu
say the physicality need you will lose, but
okay.
The soul need the energy into no it lives on. Eti wono ekokopie mu o Mars. Na de ma yeko hu na sen nasafo se wo mu ko hu cave bi wo Mars a na ase ya ye sign bi wo ho. Na utie sa nasafo ananse semi. Now they compare the Sumerian tablet ebra anu ebaba na no so ba earth wo flight na omu use craft na omu use ni nyina no na ensuo na use enye petrol use nsuo. They should tell you why
Elon Musk is developing a car which is going to use water.
Say a car use water there ya dada
omu ye em ye chi akwa no kura kun no
destroy na wa wani tua ha
yeah
say ade ni nyina ne say nkofo ye control niema no womo ye enga nkofo be from evil but in spirituality there's nothing like evil. There's only negative and positive, and you will call them negative energies or negative entities. Then those negative entities no womo no sebi womo ni fufu ni konkonte, they feed off negative energies. Negativities ni womo aduane omo no omo die. Enti negativities ni bi ni fear. Enti debia no womo make sure say ade adi hu bebe nipa mu nko an omo ye, because that is the lush a omo die. Enti no womo nim say nipa suru war. Enti they create a lot of war. Womo nim say nipa ehia aduane. They generate inflation and famine and man. Said they be de bi nipa hu be hia because that is what they feed up. Enti no mo ne ye mpanimfo na kwa alliance. Bravo fi nya no kre say crude oil besan wasase isu da bi o. Enya no kre say gold any silver ne ye be gold no the crystallization of the sun.
It is produced every day.
Every day.
They be
Take Ghana for instance. Take the Ghana for instance. The entire tectonic plate now, my Ghana, me tesuni nyina na yesika akọ. See, this sika akọ na chi ayebebo ye man yi. What as I said, the yenya esebio agigintwie ya omo bo man yi. What as I say? Enti sa na assemnity now. Womo ni husak. Eye anubaba. Wano so etu se wo ba. Ati asefo asase so ono so ye
otu ya anya so otu se ataban wona chi spaceships assembly na can spacecrafts assembly
is no money the ancient astronauts no
yes advanced beings baby aye eni so ye kika kono o matwam ho dadada me kai se na obi kire asemu ha aye me refi owura idin or astrologist. I host Dr. Parkwesi.
Okay, Parkwesi, yes.
No, because Annunakis no came here in their spaceship. Yeah. And now, comment no. Answers TV GH when Obi Busa say. And as I know, was it the snipers I posted on TikTok? Obi Busa say, I can in same who I would be. Sabra na spaceships. And I'm spaceship.
The view.
And not just a one kind way, but who two I am pure way.
Exactly.
Who be out of ignorance? Who wouldn't him their walk and a walk?
One who
ain't Annunia ne baba no
say. Ni man say ni hosak. No but no so ne craft no. Or stop on Mars. Now what
so these people travel between planets.
Between planets easily.
Okay, Yanko.
Easily. Now, what traveling between planets? What say planets be any planets be muwa? Say be umi de janka bogu presby JSS ana me we intimadi suyane.
Bogu ni din yede. Bogu presby. Yanko. Over say TV come book usem enkwani mu nti enkania bi wo a na science for ne ka I struggle to understand it. They say wormhole, any speed of light, that kind of thing. But when me be a more spiritual now, me timi free me nipedianim echo baby. Now I realize say wormhole no, say enka we Earth, we Mars. The distance between Earth and Mars maybe a 50 million kilometers. In the quine wa wormhole no ye idea ya build it in between sayina Mars and Earth.
A shorting
the distance no.
In the ayat say nka Mart ne mami push it na me fa people here that he nya fa to ho enchire ahwefo. Ti me fa say Mars ni Earth ni Mars ni enti wormhole no.
Fa your camera no. Mars
ni we you so tano comfort nanata complimentary guy
obosuma ukura complimentary guy
nanata ye boga
or your digital bosom what dey
Germany na nanata awon na esuata esu tano efa no
yo
etimi fa say Earth ni Mars ni a distance ni wa wormhole no na bend
the distance to shorten it.
Yes, and when you pass through the wormhole
no
wormhole na koye bom kwan
to say a crazy
bom kwan no do be akon good enti that is the wormhole. Then the speed of light no ma dream one back with me speed of light.
How could light travel at that speed that they are talking about?
When you astral projector na se me pese me ba ofia senka me fie ba high, it took me a couple of minutes to get here. But in my projection, no, say me free me nipedu anima. After that, I'm not binded by time and space anymore. It is the minute me nya dwene ho say me kwa sakra my fie pe no I'm there. What I say? Say physically, if I want to go to the United States, it's going to take me 11 hours by flight to get there. But instantaneous, the minute me say me call New York, and I'm there.
You become speed of light.
And me tis any money in say so I figured say any na modern science no. The extension of the African spirituality.
In a physical form.
Exactly, because and yet they are not teaching anything new. The African spirituality, nena, omo manifesting. What I say, anything ka yes, ye di Nana no mo de energy. But for instance, Nana make say, "I want na timi sensuo egu pan mu." No ofre obi mani betom dia. Emma FaceTime ehunu na.
It's the same technology.
Debi o na wo moti aba na
say na the ofra wa se kan da nje o. Hey, who are them? And yes, any afro ni ebedi nkomo na wa hin fam ko kitchen. Fam ko bedroom.
Say one say.
Onu ofra na ba pe. We ya rough wa. Hey. Ola sanu.
Any kwa na say superior technology. First time no. Me for ko was what they obey me as obe cat. Where's watching John when this I'm an account. When you say, you're from oh, yes, oh, appear there. That's it. A very common with Africans. Think, yeah, say, you develop a
spirituality next year. And no something I'm discouraging any because then it was going to be too much power. The same rebellion you see when the Bible say, Nipa ya mo boy. And the power you're trying to give these creatures is too much. Until somebody because when we assume those powers, or if we actually realize that kind of consciousness, the world is in trouble.
And na say we ubi to me ni control yedin. Say
and a 2 minute to me, she also a chaos.
And you know, pese enipa, they don't want Earth to move into a galactic civilization whereby you be close relationship with other beings from different civilization. And you know,
you see, in all of this, my mind is just poking with a particular question. If all of these entities, all of these creations, beings are not God, the creator, then it means that there is a creator that sits above all of this.
There is a creator.
It's say even the galaxy, this galaxy is a creation of another entity, and that is a body entity that we are talking about. Into all these GGs and Anu and Alamu and Omunyina so body and Sanu and Juma.
Yes. Okay, back with you. Nyankopon and our God. God, no, it is nothing. The word God is nothing. It's just the
description.
The Geno Ejinahoma generator. The Ono means organizer, and the Dino is the destroyer. It will the Christopher Bible Nyankopon the born was say he creates and destroys. He's the generator of everything, life. Nyankopon ti wo nananom ese nye Nyankopon no ono na ma nkwa. Na emum Nyankopon no ono ne nkwa no ankasa. Ene nkwa no eno so na wa ade nyina mu. Ene na
ya ade.
Exactly. Enti se Christopher e ka asem bi se Nyankopon ye omnipresent and say omniscient. What they don't understand is that Nyankopon ti nadibo nyina mu. The difference between Nyankopon and nadibo, any human in our physical forms, your creation, and they say the creator of this phone, what if you want to phone, but the creator of you and I lives in you and
not you,
experiencing his creation
from every perspective,
a different perspective.
Mayamfa nenkomo no ensi ha. O se fe ne ya wai Annunakis ne nikeke o. wakyerɛkyerɛ ma ba besi ekwan omofa so asese omoba asase so tete mfie bebree asem na yɛken enye nrechi sɛde bɛyɛ wani bɛte ɛwɔ nsɛm bi a ɛkɔso ɛho ɛno nti na me yedi saa nkɔmɔ yi. Now on the next episode I'm going to look at asetena a wɔn ne yɛbɛtena papa ewom bɔne ewom.
Exactly.
Sɛde wɔn timi ɛsesa yasetenam wɔn ne yɛpɛgya yɛni ɛhwɛ soro hwɛ wɔn anaasɛ ɛyɛ a yɛtu yɛni a ɛyɛ ɔbɔ adeɛ nankasa ne yɛhwehwɛ no anaasɛ sɛ wɔn na yɛ bɛso yɛ dan wɔn na nya ne yɛ honhom ne yɛ kasa abra yakɔ yɛ homegiem ɛyɛ saa nkrɔfoɔ yɛ a yɛmfa ni hu wɔn yɛ a wɔn tumi a wɔn tumi yira ɛsan pie ɛna ni yɛ di asie anaasɛ sɛ ɛnkyɛ yɛde that episode 2 ɛbɛbrɛw nyame nhyɛ wa mempene da answers ni mpacho subscribe like it na share dem obi so ntimi hwɛ bi why na my views ne nkoso because yenya views na so mo kakra ni yeto mfidie ne etimi sɛ ni yeto mfidie ni yɛhyem kina ne bu wedding ene yete kra ECD akoto power but kilowatt na was a power air condition enso enti yebe yu omo frifia ha enche
mo ze free
no if yanka say ya power source na say ya de ye netu nkrobu bi so ye be di ehwam enya bi nye enso yatim makra